The Republicans finally admit it.
Republican Kevin McCarthy saying the committee investigating Benghazi and Clinton's emails was created to destroy her candidacy.
Everybody thought Hillary Clinton was unbeatable, right? But we put together a Benghazi special committee. What are her numbers today?
Republicans have spent millions attacking Hillary because she's fighting for everything they oppose, from affordable health care to equal pay. She'll never stop fighting for you, and the Republicans know it.
I'm Hillary Clinton, and I approve this message.
Yeah, I bet she does. That was a pretty stupid thing for McCarthy to say. Joining us now is Ken Blackwell, senior fellow at the Family Research Council and former mayor of Cincinnati and former Ohio Secretary of State. Good to see you, sir.
Good to be with you.
Yeah, all right. So let's start with this for a second on the Democrat side. Boy, did he put his foot in his mouth, Kevin McCarthy.
Yeah, it's a setback in what was an aggressive but fair and bipartisan investigation into what happened that cost us 4 citizens and stand-up people.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we'll see how much hay Hillary can make over that gaffe by McCarthy. Let's talk about on the Republican side where we are. Now, I know you admire several candidates, but you admire Carly Fiorina greatly.
Oh, I do. I think she is a stand-up person, and I tell folks all the time, she's got game.
Yeah, yeah. Well, do you think she has enough game to, or who does have enough game to win, to finish ahead in this race?
Well, Steve, look, I use what I call the 3 M's: message, muscle, and money. And she has a message. And there are other candidates that have a message. But to focus on Carly for a minute, she's articulate, she's disciplined, and she's principled. Right. So she can carry a message. The question will be whether or not she can put together the muscle, the organization, the ground game to win some of the early primaries or to stay competitive. I think the money it probably will start to come. And if I was Carly, I would look at the Ben Carson model. You know, Ben is very aggressive. He's put together a good team, and people shortchanged him for a long time. But the call for fresh blood, new ideas, and something other than business as usual has given rise to Trump and Carson and Carly.
Do you think it'll be one of those 3 in the end?
Well, I don't know, because look, let me just tell you, you can't count Bush out. He in fact has the money and he has the muscle. His challenge is the message.
Carson said it was. We had him on today. He said it's a bad time to have the last name Bush or Clinton for that matter.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, as former mayor of Cincinnati, the shootings. You know, not the mass shootings are one thing, but the everyday shootings that go on in the cities around this country, and they're ignored by the president and everybody until there's a tragedy like the mass shooting that we had. Now the folks in that town in Oregon don't want the president. Many of them don't want. The officials don't want. I saw one of the victims' relatives who survived interviewed, and when told that Obama was coming, he's like, "Really? They don't want him there because he's politicized this." I mean, where are we with this?
At a time when the country should be uniting and we should be working and walking towards one another, the president is a master of division. What we need is a leader who understands multiplication and addition. This guy has made his mark as a divider and as a subtractor. So as a consequence, ordinary folks who get it, who understand that the way we solve these community problems is by looking at ways that we can, working together, deal with mental health, deal with effective law enforcement, and begin to make sure that we put the focus on bad guys with guns, not law-abiding people who in fact want to protect themselves and their families.
Use a gun in the commission of a crime, 10 years mandatory sentence. You shoot the gun, 15 years mandatory, and if you hit someone with a bullet, 20 years mandatory. Well, that's gun control.
Well, and look, and let me tell you, what's so effective? You go to Chicago, the president, the mayor, they've all walked away from that sort of law enforcement.